Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Auto repair with personal care. We know what we're talking about. Matt Gibbs and the guys over at Sunrise Automotive will treat you right. We'll treat you right.
Matt Gibbs is here from Sunrise Automotive and Crossroad Auto Sales. So if you are interested in having a question answered about something going on with your car, your truck, your motorcycle, give Matt a call on the air, 622-9622. The answer he gives you will also be interesting to the rest of us because, well, you never know. We might end up with the same problem. We pretty much drive the same things, right? They're all sort of, kind of similar, right?
We're all sort of, kind of, yeah, maybe a little bit similar.
So 622-9622. And of course, if you would like your car repaired, you can go to see Matt and his guys over at Sunrise Automotive at 1800 Northwest 10th Street. I was there with Robin yesterday. She dropped off her car to have some maintenance done, I think, mostly, right?
I think.
And a blinker that wasn't working, I think. Are you also looking at her third taillight? I don't think she asked you to do that, though.
I don't know.
But what is the deal with the third taillight? Are we supposed to have that working?
Not a tail light. It's a brake light. It's a third brake light.
Okay.
Brake light.
So that's a law?
That's a law.
It has to work.
It's lawful, yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get to.
It is. Some of them are a lot more difficult than others.
Have you ever designed a car?
No. No. No.
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing okay.
Good.
I'm tired.
You look relaxed. Oh, it's tired?
Yeah, well, I slept. My wife, if she's listening, she's like, you better not be tired, boy, because, I went to bed, at 5 o'clock last night. I mean, I was tired.
Oh, well, maybe you're going through something.
No, we had a long weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah, just had a lot going on, so.
You weren't sure if you were here last week.
I don't even remember. I don't remember if I was here last week.
I think so. I think you were. Yeah. I think 2 weeks ago we played a rebroadcast.
Okay.
As they say in the profession.
And rebroadcasting here on the Force. This is live. Today is live.
Today is live. Yeah. Unless we're repeating this, then it's not.
Right.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but right now we're live.
We're live.
But if somebody hears this later on, they won't know that
if we're live.
Unless you know the best way to do this is just to there's a word in radio called crapify. We crapify the recording so that it sounds like you're on tape instead of live.
Really?
In the old days, we used to record the shows, and you could easily tell it was a recording.
Because it was crapified.
It was crapified. Yeah. Yeah. So if you played it, I got an old clip from last week. Let's listen to it. Hello.
Like the Jack in the Box. We all sound like a Jack in the Box.
But now, with today's technology, everything sounds perfectly clear. So yeah, Robin brought her car in for the taillights.
Okay.
Or the blinker, I think.
Right.
I think it was the blinker.
Okay.
And it was also a tiny leak, I think.
Okay.
Like a radiator leak or something.
Okay. Because
hey, you know what?
No one tells me nothing. So
I know
unless there's a problem. Then
I always look forward to seeing you. You're never there. We go there, you're not there.
Where was I? Oh, yesterday. If you dropped off yesterday afternoon,
yeah.
I was probably sleeping.
Oh, that's right. You went to bed early.
Oh, I did. And then this morning I got my guys I got to go meet with in the morning time. So I saw one right before I get here. I'm in a meeting. So I meet.
Did you see the story of the white pickup truck in the parking lot of Walmart by on top of the world that caught fire?
No.
Yeah.
Must have been a Ford. Was it a Ford?
I don't know. I can look it up real quick. It was just the other day.
Okay.
The Marion County Fire Rescue went and put the fire out, and I don't know. I mean, I'm sure somebody in Walmart heard this. Well, the owner of a white pickup truck. And that person said, oh, somebody must have backed into my truck. Worse than that, it started on fire. It's a good thing it was in the parking lot, though, not while they were driving it, huh?
Yeah. Have you ever been in a car and a catch on fire while
No. I don't want to say anything to that question.
I have.
Because I'm a little superstitious.
Yeah, I've done that before.
You've been in a car that caught on fire. Were you driving at the time? And what'd you do? Were you the only person in the car? Okay, so that's...
I called ahead and said, hey, boys, get the fire extinguishers out. I'm coming in. Yeah.
And what'd you pull into?
I wasn't into the shop.
It was a customer's car?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Did they blame you?
No.
What actually caught on fire?
It had a fuel leak. I didn't know it had a fuel leak. They brought it in for running bad, and I just took it out to drive it to go see, and then poof.
So how come?
You hear it, poof.
How come if a car engine catches on fire, the car itself doesn't explode from the gas tank?
It doesn't. That's the movies.
Right, but why does it not happen in real life?
Because it just doesn't. I mean, I've seen cars burn to where the steel in the tires or on the wheel. I've seen that
melted.
Yeah, that where
wow.
all the fabric in the interior is completely gone. It's just the springs of the seats and the metal ring on the steering wheel, and the car didn't explode. It'll when that ignites, it just burns a little bit better. That's all.
Could it?
Could it explode?
Yeah. If the fire got into the gas tank, wouldn't that cause an explosion?
Well, I don't know. It's kind of like, is there enough oxygen? Is there enough? I guess it could.
Is it designed that way to not explode?
I don't know if it's designed that way as much as it just, it just wouldn't happen that way. Physically, it just wouldn't happen.
What do you think is cheaper or more affordable? Is a better word to maintain, an all battery car or a gasoline car?
Well, okay, that's a trick question, Larry.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's going to be on the day-to-day probably cheaper to maintain the electric car.
Yeah.
But when it comes time to replace the battery,
right.
It's going to make up for all them other oil changes.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, you're going to.
So at the end of the day, here's the real deal. If you bought the electric car and got rid of the electric car before that was due, you would say, "Oh, I did pretty good." But if you get caught when you need
a new
batteries,
plural.
Well, it's a cell. It's a battery cell.
Oh, okay.
So, but there's like some cars have there's 24 batteries within one cell. So, but they're all encaged, and that's pretty expensive.
All right, if you would like to call, right now we do have a call, so you'll have to kind of let it ring until we get to you. But right now the number is 622-9622. Let's take that call. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Good morning, guys.
Hey, Hugh.
I'm not going to bring up wheel oil today.
Thank you, Hugh.
Oh, that was a one for the books last week.
Say the reason I called.
Now you remember you were here last week. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife likes to drive her car, the gas down to hardly anything. She's driving on fumes. And my question to you is that kind of hard on the fuel pump to let the gas get that low in the tank?
It used to be on some cars. It was kind of harmful, and I say kind of harmful. There was some rubber pieces that attached a fuel pump to the sending unit, kind of thing. And those rubber pieces, if they were out of the fuel, they tended to deteriorate after a period of time. So we would have some issues down the road with them. But now they're all that hard composite type plastic. So no, I don't think you don't have to get on your wife for running low fuel in her tank.
Is there any question of maybe getting too much moisture in the gas tank if you let it get that low?
I don't know if moisture typically comes from when something gets hot and cold and cools down and there's that condensation. I don't really get where we get that in the gas tank. I don't see the inside of gas tanks getting that hot and then cooling off and creating condensation. And all the stuff that we do, I mean, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, Hugh, the last time we had a water issue inside a gas tank, unless there was an issue at the pump, at the gas station, and that tank was contaminated. We never have to deal with that kind of stuff. The only thing that we deal with would be more of the ethanol breaking down for people that maybe store car. They'll store the car for 6 months. They live up north and in the wintertime and come back down here during the summer. Whatever that and the car's been in storage for every once in a while we'll have an issue that way.
Yeah.
But we really don't have condensation, contaminated fuel issues. We don't deal with that much at all.
Okay, well, I'm going to let my wife decide when she should put fuel in the car or not, and I'll always tell her that, here, when you're out of gas, don't call me.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing that you could do, Hugh, as a nice, good husband, is you just go, when it's time to put gas in the car, you take it, go fill it up for her.
Oh my God! I've done it for so many years. It's get to the point where I got tired of doing it, and I was wasting gas mileage and and everything else. I said, you have to learn. In case I'm 20 years older than you, dear, and I'm gonna go to heaven or hell before you are, and you're gonna have to do your own filling up, and you might as well start doing it now. But don't wait until you got the last drop in the tank. So I told her, I said, if you run out of gas, don't call me.
Oh man. Well, let's hey Hugh, if there's one thing that you can get out of this show today, don't go to hell.
Good.
No, sometimes I feel like it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, no whale oil talk today. Okay.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Bye.
Like it.
Thank you. I was trying to decide if he had like nose hairs whistling or if he had a bird in the background. Did you hear that?
I hope it was a bird. Now that you said nose hairs whistling.
Yeah. I've heard like talk show guys do that. They'll be sitting there thinking about something.
And then they had that little wheeze about it.
Chuck Carter used to do that. You would hear his nose hairs whistling.
Is that what that is? His nose hairs whistling? Vibrations of the nose hairs?
I think it was a bird. I don't know.
It sounded like there was a bird definitely chirping with you. He was probably sitting. It sounded like he was sitting on his shoulder, actually.
All right. We have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. There were some disc jockeys in New York that used a device that sounded like a cow mooing, and they would periodically hit the button on this thing, and but it wasn't a recording of cows. It was actually a novelty that you could pick up in a store that you turned it upside down, and it gave the cow mooing noise, sort of like a whoopee cushion. Yeah.
See if we can find that one. There it is.
Yeah.
Don't while we got okay. My show this my show ends up we're mooing like cows.
That's have a good day. Bye.
From whale oil to mooing like a cow, all on this auto repair with personal care show. Well, we got to have a laugh anyways, right? Laughter does the body like medicine.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of cows, one of my guys went over to the Ocala. He's probably listening. He went over to the Ocala Freightliner. We had to get a part for one of the big trucks that we work on.
Yeah.
Well, he goes in, he gets the part, and he's walking back out to his truck, and this cow walks right past him. This is no lie. This happened yesterday. So he runs out to the front of their store and closes their gate because he's afraid he doesn't want the cow to go out and back out in the street.
Because you know what'll happen.
He could get hit. Larry knows exactly what happens when you hit a cow with a car. So he kind of closed the gate. Well, the cow, he didn't like him closing the gate.
Oh no!
So the cow went after him.
No.
Yeah, it did. And that cow with his head kind of hit him in the shoulder. That dude can't move his arm today.
Really?
Yeah. He's hurt.
He attacked him.
He didn't really attack him. I mean, he wasn't like growling like a dog or anything. He just like kind of just walked over there and just kind of
he let him know what he
tagged him in the shoulder. And so the people over at the Ocala Freightliner, they're out there running frantically trying to capture this cow.
Did you see the picture that PETA put out? This is a billboard they put up there. Can you see that they want you to stop drinking cow's milk? So you see that picture? Right there?
Yeah.
It shows a human being, a man.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid, right? That's really a sad picture right there.
Yeah,
Turn the camera around, let people see.
You want to see the picture?
Yeah, look at the picture.
I guess I got it on.
And it's an old man on that cow too. Look at that. It's not no young man.
This is radio. You're gonna have to describe it.
It's okay. It's a cow, and he's nestled. He's got this old man. It looks like he's probably 82 years old. and he's on the boob of this cow drinking this milk.
Yeah, the like a human boob, not a
Yeah, right.
not a normal udder.
Udder, right? He doesn't have multiple. No, this is really sad.
If I hit a cow and it looked like that, I would think I was having a nightmare.
If I had to drink milk, and I don't know if I'll ever drink milk again after looking.
That's what they want.
Yeah,
they want you to stop
it's gonna
drinking
work.
milk.
That's disgusting, right there. As far as a nation too, because we do travel quite a bit, me and my wife.
Yes,
and it's like only in America do people drink milk like we drink milk. Really,
is that right?
Yeah.
How come?
People just don't drink milk. Like in third world nations, like when you go. Like we went to Jamaica one time and we stayed at this all-inclusive type resort, and you don't get milk. You know what I'm saying? They
Really?
just don't have milk.
But they have cheese everywhere in the world,
Yeah, they do have cheese.
so they must.
They must use the milk to make the cheese,
They get
but they
milk.
don't drink milk. But a lot of people, like if you like the when we were in
What do they put in their Cocoa Puffs?
I don't know. See, a lot of them they don't eat that kind of cereal. They don't eat
okay.
Cocoa Puffs.
No.
But we found that if you wanted to get a pint of milk, it was like $25.
Oh my gosh! Well, no wonder they don't drink it. It's too expensive.
That's it.
You might as well buy gasoline. It's cheaper.
Yeah.
Do we have the cheapest gasoline in the world in America? Even though we complain about the price, I always hear that it's.
Yeah, I think so.
That's what I heard.
In England and Europe, it's so heavily taxed. That's why they drive.
Well, ultimately, whatever you pay is what you pay, regardless of if 90% of it goes to the government. It's still what you have to pay.
Yeah. Like theirs goes to the Queen.
So, what do our gasoline taxes actually go to? Fixing the roads?
Well, I don't know what they go to, but I know when I owned a gas station, I know what I had to pay. I don't know what they did with it money, but I know what I was charged. I was charged 52 cents when I got out. It was 52 cents for every gallon of gas was tax, and that's been almost 30 years ago.
But is the intent of the tax to fix the roads or to build the roads?
Yeah, sure. That sounds like a good intent.
That might be what they tell us, huh, when they put it into play.
Well, and then offset, like there's been a couple of times over the years where if we raised a gas price 1 cent, we would use that 1 cent per gallon to go toward.
There's always been those little 1 cent ones. It's just a penny.
Yeah, it's just a penny.
Just a penny.
But now, when I got out of it, I wonder what it is today. It's 52 cents. So if you take the 52 cents out of the $2 a gallon, that makes it that so gas is really not that expensive when you look at it that way.
I guess so, yeah. You're paying mostly for the right to use the road that you're driving on, I guess.
I know. So then we go back to those electric cars.
I know.
And CNG and propane and alternative fuels, and they don't have to pay that tax. We have to pay a tax to drive on the road, and they don't have to pay a tax to drive on the road.
Right, they're not paying for the road. That was the complaint I had. We went to a rest area, and they had parking spaces close to the door just for people who were driving electric cars. And I said, well, wait a minute. I have to park far away, and my taxes pay for the road and for that very place I'm in.
Yeah. That's enough to make you mad.
How come they don't think about this when they put those rules up?
Yeah, they do. They do. Trust me, they do. Because I got involved in alternative fuel stuff, and let me say, there's a side of the government that's all about taxing these people that are driving these types of cars.
Do you know when they say the government should be more diverse? I think they're right, first of all. Second of all, I think diversity should take a different form. So there should be at least, certain percentage of congressmen that are mechanics, a certain percentage of congressmen that are doctors, right? A certain percentage that are teachers. So that the spectrum of the country is represented, not just
not just educated.
Right. Well, you are educated.
But I mean, as far as like, I had the opportunity to speak before our school board years ago, when they were talking about eliminating certain like elective classes in school, and they were talking about taking them out, like the auto mechanics and the
oh my gosh,
it's
such a mistake to do that.
And I got to share, and in this room, and I was in this room with a group of people that all had college degrees. I never got a college degree. You know, I never went to college.
But you got the equivalent or better than the equivalent of it simply by world experience.
Right. But my point was, not everybody is made to go to college to get this bachelor's or master's. Or not everybody's made that way. You know, I wasn't made that way. I was made mechanical, not analytical. You know, I'm not a read type I'm not the reedy type person and figure things out, and I'm more of the give me the ball, give me the project, give me the nuts and the bolts and the wrenches.
And thank God for people like you. Right. Otherwise, who would fix our cars?
Well, exactly, and who would take out empty our garbage? And we all have a role to play. And I just want to be good at what I'm good. I just want to do good at what I'm doing good at.
Yeah, but don't ever say you're not educated, because you're more educated than me.
No, I don't, and I don't say I'm educated in what I'm educated in.
Exactly.
Right.
And a lot of it was self-taught.
Well, a lot of it is I wasn't self-taught. I was open to being taught.
Okay, that's a good way of looking at it. Yeah.
Because that person that showed me how to do it, they knew how to do it.
And you have a phone call. Good morning. You're on the air with Matt.
Yeah. Good morning. During the gasoline crisis in the 70s, the Oldsmobile diesel became quite popular, as well as the Mercedes and a couple of other cars. And some guys on Long Island, virtually the entire population of Long Island heats with home heating oil. Now, a diesel doesn't know the difference. And the difference between home heating oil and diesel is that diesel is taxed as a motor fuel and home heating oil is not. And you can see where I'm going. People would withdraw heating oil from their home heating tanks and put it in their Oldsmobile cars.
Oh, really? And they'd have to pay the taxes
to beat the tax. Yeah.
Well, they still do that here, like right here in Ocala. You can go and get agricultural diesel.
That's the farmers, but it's got a dye in it now, and at some point, if you drive a big truck, they look in your tank and see if it's undyed or dyed, and you get in trouble with the wrong kind of diesel.
Big time trouble.
Yeah. All right, have a good day.
Thank you. See, that's what we need. We need legislators who think like that, so that you can say, okay, this is what people are going to do. Because the market always dictates everything anyway, right?
Right.
So what kind of cars do you have for sale right now?
Oh, boy. We don't have that many left.
You don't?
No, we've been selling.
Robin was kind of eyeballing one of them yesterday when we dropped off her car.
She needs to eyeball one.
Yeah? She needs... Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, I got a couple nice cars. I don't have a lot of cars, but the ones that we have are really nice. So,
what do you have?
Well, I got 2000, and I got a real nice. If someone's looking for a great little car for a grandchild or a son or daughter, or just want a great car just to run around town, go anywhere in actually. But it's a 2001 Nissan Altima with 80,000 miles. I got a Cadillac SRX.
Nissan's got a good reputation, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're okay. Cadillac Murano, Cadillac SRX, some Nissan Muranos. I got a Chrysler 200.
Wasn't she on Who's the Boss? Nissan Murano? Wasn't she one of the actresses?
No, no, she that girl's turned into be a fruitcake, I think. Also, listen, we're also Sunrise is looking to expand, and we're opening up a second location. Yeah, we're working on it right now as hard as we can go, and so I'm looking for some technicians. If you know anybody that's a technician that's maybe wanting to get out of the dealership setting or make a move, give me a call. You can call me at the shop at any time, and I'd love to sit down and talk to some folks. I need about 3 or 4.
What is it like working in a dealership? Is it a good thing, or is it a...
Well, it's...
are you anxious to get away from that usually?
Some people are... I have a good friend of mine that's been working at the Sullivan Cadillac store. He just celebrated 40 years there.
Wow.
So, so he loves it. Some guys were made for it, some guys were not. So, but do I hear a cow?
I think that cow's still going on. Yeah, I forgot I had that turned on.
Wow. Poor cow. Chick-fil-A now. Chick-fil-A's giving us a hooray. Wow. Look at that. That is a sick picture right there. That's a billboard.
That's a billboard.
That made me want to crash my car right there.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Larry.
Call Matt if you need your car fixed. That's where Robin's car is right now. The reason Robin brought her car to Matt is because she can trust him, and he's going to be fair, and he's going to be quick, and she's going to be happy with the end result. Bottom line, right there.
Look at the sun. Look at the sun's coming out, folks.
Call Matt at 690-1993. Thank you, Matt.
Thank you, Larry.
This is WOCA Ocala.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. With Senate Democrats